Hello there. I want to go over with you page 303. It's a vocab page. We don't usually do videos for vocab, but we are today because we're talking about shades of meaning. Shades of meaning. Just like a color has different shades, meanings of words have different shades, right? You've got black and you've got a really dark black. I would say this is very dark black. But then you have a black shade that might get a little bit lighter. It could be considered a dark gray. And then you go to regular gray and then to light gray. So there's different shades kind of the same color. Well, that can kind of happen with words as well. There are so many words in our language that some words have very similar meanings, but they aren't exactly the same. So that's kind of what we're focusing on in our vocabulary today. And on this page, it gives us an option between two words that are in the parentheses. And they mean almost similar meanings. They're almost the same. And yet there is one word that would be more precise, that would fit the very best because, sorry, I have an itch on my nose, that will fit the very best. The way that we'll know which word is the best is by looking at the hints that are in this sentence. So we are going to read the sentence and then circle the word that's most precise, that is the very best option, okay, for the meaning. Number 1, in the arid soil, not one tree would grow. So our options are dusty and scorched. If not one tree would grow, that tells me that that soil has not had water in a very long time. Now, regular dirt can just be dusty, but if it is scorched, that means it has been hit by the sun, burned by the sun. It is so dry that it hasn't had water in a long time. So I would circle scorched. Right? Just like that. Okay. Let's take a look at number 2. The task of sorting papers was so tedious that she fell asleep. Our two options are boring and repetitive. Okay, well, I think that this was one of our vocab words, and we probably used both of these definitions because they mean similar. Okay. Boring means it doesn't catch your interest, right? And repetitive means over and over and over. In this case, for the word tedious, I think because she fell asleep, I think I would say boring. That's what I would say. And that one's a hard call because when I think of tedious, I would think boring and repetitive, so both of those words are there. But I would pick boring on this one. Go ahead and mark your paper too. I'm going to do one more with you because I think you're kind of getting the gist, and I'll let you read through the rest. If you do not know the meaning of a word, remember you're going to check the sentence for context clues that are given in the sentence to help us know what it means. That's what I want you to do first. If you need to look it up on your computer, you can go to dictionary.com and you can look up the words. It may list some of these words. You might still have to decide which word is best depending on the sentence or the context that it's used in. Okay? After you've looked it up in the dictionary and you're still not sure if you need to come talk to Mrs. Norman, you can. If I'm working with a group, then you need to wait, but maybe you could talk to somebody else in your group as well. You could do that. Okay. Number 3. There was a horrifying gouge in the surface of the antique table. So the two options that we have that could mean the same as gouge is a mark or a gash. Okay, a mark. When I was a kid, and I was little, I was only 2 or 3. I do remember this though. I took a no-no marker and I wrote on an old table in my parents' living room, like little tiny scribbles all over. It was very bad, and I got in big trouble. That's a mark. But take a look at the sentence. It says there was a horrifying gouge. I think it would be a gash. That is when it has been ruined, like parts of that table have been gouged out. It's been taken out in a violent way, right? So I don't think it was just a mark that was on the antique table. It says it was horrifying. So we've got to pick the word that would mean more severe, and I would pick gash. Does that make sense? All right. The rest are up to you. Good luck.